Welcome to the homestead. Glad you're watching. Well, I've been dawdling around this morning into the afternoon and it's getting late, but I've been waiting for the sun to kind of set down a little bit, and then I'm going to get on the lawnmower and mow the areas that Lee wasn't able to mow the other day. But what I want to do right now is the garden tunnel needs shelves, and so I'm going to build me a shelf. I got me a pallet. I'm going to get me some strip wood, and I've got some of that siding, and then the garden tunnel has some wood that makes its frame. And so I'm going to utilize all these things and make a lovely little shelf that's about 4 feet, maybe 2, because I do have enough of the the siding. But I'm using a pallet, and I'm going to cut the pallet in half, and that's going to be my outer edge. And so I'm going to also need to make some type of a framework. But anyway, why not? Let's just do this. I'll go find some tools, some saws and extension cords and whatnot, and we'll see if we can make myself, how about that? Make myself a shelf in that garden tunnel. Okay, I was just in the garden tunnel clearing some space so I could build that shelf, and I just learned a lesson. I should keep the floor of the garden tunnel free of debris. I had some boxes thrown in there, and I had some plastic thrown in there, and some of that ground cloth to prevent the grass from growing thrown in there, and just a bunch of stuff that was thrown on the floor. Well, I went to go pick it up and move it, and a snake was in there. So I got my big hook and I was guiding the snake out so he'd leave the garden tunnel. It wasn't a big snake, just a little snake, but I don't want snakes in there, so I'm gonna have to keep the ground clear from here on out. This makes these shelves even more important, so I better get back to building. Okay, first I was thinking that I would have 2 of these and they would be the supports, but now I'm thinking I can get, if I cut more and I cut the ends off of each one of those, I'd have 4 instead of 2. But then the center is braced, and that could be a center support. So I'm thinking to cut it up more, and I think that'll work just fine. Okay, I need to visually see what it's going to look like before I build the frame. And I might want to tape measure, maybe not, I don't know. But what I do need is a new battery because this one's dying. And in the meantime, I'll get me something to drink and I'll get a broom because the floor is really dirty, and then we'll be able to sweep it out. So don't go away. Okay, well that was a lot of dirt. You couldn't see it because it was on the floor, but oh my gosh. I guess I should sweep more often. I didn't think it mattered, but if we're gonna get snakes in here, I think it does matter. I think I'm gonna need to keep the floor clean too. Okay, let's test this wood. It was made for it. This one fits perfect. This one does not. If that wood over there was thicker, that'd be absolutely 100% perfect. I wouldn't have to do anything but just nail it down. But it is a flimsy board. So I need some type of a structure that makes it stiffer. And so, this wood right here. Okay, I'm gonna cut 2 boards this length. And that will be the front and the back. That should give some more stability to the middle, and I think that will be good. And that other post, I'm going to use the little bit of the end to get that post up to get it level, and I think that'll be just perfect. So let's go saw. Okay, I think that's going to be plenty strong. And so Lee went to get me the screwdriver, well, the drill, and some screws, because I think hammering down into those little plates might break the plates, because they're only nailed in with old nails to the side, and so I don't want to break the plates. It's just off by this much, but this is a good thickness, and so I'm going to just cut a little piece of this off and nail it to the bottom of the middle post. that's my first table. I'll do the other table on another day because it's past dinner hour. And so my glasses are filthy from sweat dripping on them. I gotta go make dinner. Okay, well, here it is, a new day, but we're gonna finish that second shelving unit that we started yesterday. And wow, it's a warm day today. We don't have time to lose. Let's get busy on that shelf. Wow, it is seriously hot here in this garden tunnel. I mean really hot. I'm going to look at that temperature gauge here in just a second, but what you saw is that I had to cut that board straight. I had forgotten that some of those boards were cut at an angle, because remember they were what we did up the sides, and the roof slopes like this, so the cutoff part also slopes like that, and too bad. So I ended up straightening it out so it's going to be narrower than the one before it. And then I have another board that is also going to be cut narrow, and it will match the one that I just finished, and so I could actually go down further if I can find more pallets that I can cut up. If not, we'll figure something else up in the future. Something else up. You know what I mean. I think it's just too hot. I'm delirious. Okay, sweat's dripping in my eye. Let's get busy. What I didn't account for was part of the framework of this grow tunnel going downhill, and the dirt on the ground kind of being uneven. So this one isn't touching right here. I'm going to have to put in a piece of wood, because to make it level, it needs to be a little bit higher. So I need to get a piece of wood to put on that back board right there. I think the front will be okay. It goes up in the air right there. I think I need to lower the ground down. That one post is leaning pretty bad because when the snow compressed it on this, it kind of pushed the wall out right here. So that's the reason for it being lower. But I kicked the dirt the best as possible through the grow cloth, and this feels level. It looks level, it feels level. That corner not so much, but that's okay. It's just one corner out of 3, and it'll be fine. I could put a little piece of wood in. I'm going to have to put the board on this one too, because the center doesn't have the board that the outside edge does. So I'll need to put a board on this one too. Okay, that's good enough. The shelves are really strong, and it's just way too hot in here to stay in here. Oh yeah, I said I would check the temperature gauge. Hold on a second. Ah gee, it's only 98 in here. 98 degrees inside here. There is no breeze outside, so nothing is funneling through. There's screen all around here, screen backs, the door's wide open. It's just there's no breeze whatsoever. So, wow. Okay, you know what I need to do? Take a little break. I need to water my garden. And I need to pick some fruits and vegetables. But I think I'm going to do all of that off camera. So, thank you for watching. You be sure to like, share, press that notification bell, and subscribe. And we will see you next time on the homestead. Bye-bye now.